Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Dhyana ji.
Morning, everyone.
It's great to have you back, Dhyana ji, with good
Thank,
intent, with a beautiful background in Pune.
thank you.
And today's topic is be a cause, not just an effect. And we'll request Dhyana ji to start this class with a prayer.
Thank you, Nitendra. Let's offer prayer. Divine Mother, Heavenly Father, friend, beloved God, Guru Preceptors, Jesus Christ, Babaji Krishna, Lahiri Mahashaya, Swami Shri Yukteswarji, beloved Master, Paramahansa Yogananda Ji, saints of all religions, we bow at thy feet. Beloved Master, beloved Swamiji, bless our class today with thy divine presence, thy guidance, thy joy. Help us to uplift our consciousness through this topic in thy light. Om Shanti Shanti. We'll have a song and then an excerpt from a video talk by Swami Kriyanandaji. Welcome again, everybody.
Dare to be different, dare to be free, dare to roam far like wind on the sea, fly like a gull, soar high on the air, be strong in your courage when others despair. Never in anger, never in haste, go without pride, be never abased. Freedom is yours, if freedom you'll give, to all give it freely, in freedom you'll live. Mountains that stand up tall to the sky, tell us no dreaming is ever too high. Dare to defy them, brave that high peak, you'll never know failure if bravely you seek. Dare to be different, dare to be free, dare to roam far like wind on the sea, fly like a gull, soar high on the air, be strong in your courage when others despair. You have to have willpower. You can't just say, oh, my karma, my karma. It's how you respond to your karma that accounts for everything. You learn from karma. Sometimes the most difficult karma can be your greatest blessing because it turns you in the right direction. It develops qualities in you. I know that I have a horoscope, which in the Western system is not easy. It's all the big planets in fixed signs making a grand cross. This indicates lots of opposition, lots of difficulty, but I don't feel it at all. I'm not bowed down under it. It's made me stronger. And actually I'm very grateful for it. Yes, it's been difficult, but an easy life is not a victorious life. So when you have karma coming to you, no matter what kind of karma, if you will be strong and just say, I'm a child of God, and no matter what, I will do the right thing. The main thing to remember is yata dharma sata jaya. When you are dharmic, there will be victory. There will be fulfillment. There will be success of all kinds. Our destiny is fairly certain, but how we react to it, that is what we can do something about. Somebody with the worst of karma, it says in the Indian scripture, the Bhagavad Gita, that even one with the worst of karma, if he steadfastly meditates, quickly comes to me. So you can change your karma, you can change your destiny by willpower, by faith, by raising your energy, and you can even create an aura of protection so that if you have the karma to lose a leg, you may just get a scratch. So the strength of your aura also becomes important When you love God, when you're a devotee, your aura becomes strong. And bad karma will come, but it won't touch you in the same way that it will to somebody who's wide open to it.
Welcome again, everybody. What a great topic, and what a wonderful thought that your aura gets strengthened from your sadhana, from your practices, your chanting, maybe singing in the choir, of course, your meditation, the Hangsa, Om technique, Kriya, service, going to satsangs, coming to classes like this, helping other people, putting out dynamic energy, your thoughts, your behavior, your habits, they're all creating a light, a powerful energy around you. That's magnetic, that's drawing to it, like is attracting like. And so if you have low energy, you're lazy, you don't have any high thoughts or inspirations, you don't want to do anything, you don't have a strong aura. And good things can't come to you. Your energy's low. And so I've heard so much people saying what Swamiji said, oh, it's my destiny. Oh, it's my karma. Oh, I can't get out of it. I don't know what to do. There's no other possibilities. There's no options. And we have to think, boy, we have a brain. We have good, very, very, very good karma. I mean, we have all of our gurus with us. We have their power behind. We have their help to help us. And Master told one disciple who said, oh, Master, I can't do a certain thing, and maybe you can do it. And he said, because you're a master. Master said, what do you think made me a master? From doing. And another one said he couldn't do it. Master said, he said, I need your blessing. And Master said, listen, my blessing's there. God's blessing is there. Your blessing that's missing. And this is something to remember. I was thinking about this man who came to Master who said he lost his job, his relationships were bad, his health was bad, everything was going bad. And Master said, well, of course, because you're jinxed. You've jinxed yourself from your thoughts, from your actions, from your whole life. You've jinxed yourself. But then Master, he helped him, though. He said, but I will de-jinx you. And I think that's what he's doing to all of us. He's de-jinxing us. What? How? Of course, Guru Kripa, but also saying, do what I've told you to do. Energize, do this, meditate, help people. He's given us the formula to de-jinx ourselves and to create a powerful energy where inspiration comes, ideas come, options, opportunities. It's so amazing when people say they don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. What should I do? Well, gee, think about it. Pray about it. Uplift your consciousness to a super conscious level. When you meditate, you can draw answers, draw solutions, draw inspiration to you. And then you will know what to do. And also, when we think about our gurus, I'm thinking particularly about Master. He went through many different things, one difficulty after another. As one of Swamiji's songs goes, you get rid of one difficulty and you face its friend. Well, look at all the lives of the masters. I mean, but they put out energy. Look at the lives of the great ones who've changed civilization, our country, changed everything about what's happening. I think of, Martin Luther King Jr., who changed the whole thing about for Black people in America. I think of Gandhi, who freed India. I think of all the different great civil rights leaders and the great people who put their lives on the line to change things. And then we have one little problem and we fall apart. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. And the master showed you could do it. I mean, we have the whole power of the whole universe behind us. He said, if you could take 1 gram of your flesh and just explode the atoms, he said, you could have so much power. You could light, you have that much power. You could light a city like Chicago for a whole week. But everybody says they're tired, they're lazy, you got to take another nap or got to watch the television program. But if we activate what we have inside of us, we can find answers, we can put out energy. And so we have the whole cosmos, all the thoughts, the inspiration, the possibilities, the answers that are everywhere. Master said thoughts are universally rooted, but you have to lift your antenna up to bring those thoughts down. This is what I could do. This is who I could call. This is the answer to that project. This is how I can get a better job. This is how I can better my relationships. This is how I can better my health. And Master said a very interesting thing. I'm just thinking about it now, but he said that in the early days when he was there with the devotees, he said hardly anybody went to a doctor. Wow. And then he said later everybody started going to doctors all the time. Now, I'm not opposed to doctors, but he said in the beginning, people just use their own strength and his power to fuel them, so to speak. And it's an interesting thing because if we always give, oh, I got to get some help. Oh, I got to go talk. Oh, I got to get, then you just get weaker and weaker. I'm talking about on various levels. And so then Master himself, he had various tests. His best friend from India betrayed him in America when he went there. And also he had various things. He had to raise money to buy the ashram, the Mount Washington estates. And I love that story. You can read it in the New Path. But Master is saying, I had to battle with Divine Mother. He didn't say, oh, she just gave me the money I need. I had to battle. And I kept asking her, how are you planning to give me that money? And he was calling people, asking people to help, bringing the students on the property. He was a cause. He was a cause his whole life, putting energy out, helping people, helping to build the organization, going around, founding places, talking to thousands, millions of people about God. And he put out the energy, and they got that place just in time. And he said the drama was over and the place was ours. And his most beautiful temple that he had, and Encinitas, from erosion, it slipped down into the Pacific Ocean, slipped down the hill. And Master didn't cry and say, oh my God, I don't know what to do. He said, the best thing that ever happened to me. Best thing. Now Divine Mother wants me to go out and help other people. And he founded 2 other centers right away. We have to think, how can we keep the energy flowing? How can we keep the inspiration flowing? And also with Swamiji's life, he was a beautiful example, such a powerful example of how to keep the energy moving, how to keep the thoughts. How did he write so many books? How did he write so much? The power of God was flowing through him. This topic, that topic, any topic you want, he wrote on it. And all types of music, many different from origins from many different countries, because he tuned in here, he tuned in there. And people just waffle when as soon as they get one problem in front of them. It's not the way of the devotee, of the yogi, of the disciple. It's like, figure it out, work it out, pray about it, meditate on it. And the main thing is do something about it. And that's what Swamiji showed. He said at one point there was a foreclosure on Ananda's property. And he said, I was thinking of what can I do? How can I make this work so that we keep our property? This is early on. And he said that he thought he was thinking what to do, and he was calling people and all. And someone said, oh, let's just go have a cup of tea. And it's okay to work out. And Swamiji said, I don't want any tea. I want to work it out. I want to figure it out. I want to call people. I want to make sure we keep our property. And so it means the greater the will, the greater the flow of energy. Master said, if I needed a job, I would shake up the whole world and get that job. And he said to have this in your mind, it's my own but God-given power. It's such wonderful thoughts of our gurus and of Master. And then Swamiji also, when things didn't work out, he just kept going. Master kept going, all the gurus. And I remember Swamiji had helped build a temple at Ananda village, and one temple burnt down, one fell down, and I don't know what happened with the other one, but at one point Swamiji had helped with build one of them. And afterwards he was lying in a sleeping bag on the ground nearby. This was way, way back at the beginning of Ananda. And Jyotishji said he went there to comfort Swamiji. He thought Swamiji was feeling bad. And he said he got near to where Swamiji was lying down on the ground in a sleeping bag at night, that night. And he said he just could hear Swamiji saying, joy, joy, joy. It's a wonderful way to it's just a wonderful way to live. And he went down the street the next day to the store, local store, neighborhood store, and he was singing. And the woman there who owned the store, she said, how could you be singing? Your temple fell down and you don't have a temple. He says, I lost a temple, not my voice. And that's the thing. Have you lost your whole self? Have you lost your brain? Have you lost your whole being? I mean, let's compare those. And another time they was driving up to Lake Tahoe to go to skiing, and the car was skidding, and because the tires were bald, and then they hit a bus, and the car was totaled. The bus didn't have a scratch, he said. And then he got out of the car, and they got the car towed, the tow truck to come or whatever. And that's I love it. Swamiji looks at the bus and he says, hey, that bus is going just where we want to go. Let's get on the bus and go. And they get on the bus, there are 4 or 5 of them, and someone on the bus says, hey, isn't that your car over there? And aren't you worried about your car? And he said, I'd be happy in 2 weeks. Why can't I be happy now? So what is this saying? In the midst of everything that's all the tests that come, they always are going to be there one after another. You're going to be happy at some point. Why not be happy now? And I'll end with this wonderful short, abbreviated story about my own life when I was in college. And I went to not a good high school, but I got a grant to go to a very good university, the University of California at Berkeley. So I went there, and the first quarter I was flunking out of one of my science classes. And I went, oh my God, I got to stay in school. I've worked so hard to get into this school. And at the midterm, I had a straight F. And that was the only F that I ever got in my life. And I know I can learn. I know I can learn. I know I can learn. And I knew I could pass that test. And I studied. I had a half-time job. And then after the job, I went to class, job, library. That was my whole life. And I studied and studied. Every night I was studying. And I knew I can learn. And then the test comes and the final. And I thought I did well, but in the middle of the night, I went, oh my God, I didn't put my name on my exam. And I went early morning to the teacher's assistant's office, and I told him what happened. I said, but I wrote in red ink, never before, never after. Why would I ever do that? I wasn't on the path or anything, but maybe Master helped me. So we went through stacks and stacks of papers. We finally come up onto my paper. I said, that's my paper right there. A. Wow. I pulled an F up to an A out of not thinking I was a victim. I went to a bad high school. I can't learn. That's where I learned willpower in college. Use your will. And then I got a C in the course. Now, a year and a half after that, maybe within a year, I got to Ananda. And I think I had to raise my energy, my willpower, my determination to even get to Ananda. And I think that's why I went through those tests for 4 years. That's how hard I studied. By the time I got out of there, my brain was on fire, but I was ready and uplifted enough to be able for Master to bring me onto the path. So now I'll ask Nitendra to ask some questions that we have. And if you all have questions, you can put them in the chat box as well.
Thank you so much, Dhanaji, especially for sharing the story of your grades, given that it's exam time for a lot of students here.
Acha, that's right. Good. Okay.
And it's also heartening to hear so many real world examples of normal things in life, whether it is an accident or not feeling well, and how masters reacted. And it also shows up from the joy that you've been sharing with these stories, with that those stories and those times actually carried joy. So
Yeah. And Nitendra, I want to say this. I mean, I've been on the path a long time now. If I was sitting here going, yeah, it's hard. I've been a victim all these years. I mean, who would follow the teachings? That's not our teachings. Our teachings are about put out the energy and feel the joy behind it. And so this is what our path is about. It's not extra. These are our teachings. I want to make that clear to people.
thank you, Nanaji, absolutely. And one way for everyone to become a cause rather than an effect is to ask questions and maybe react when you get some good answers as well. So, Dhanaji, the first question maybe we can get started is that if someone is seriously ill, how can they still have a positive attitude? And even worse, like what if they are even facing death? So, did
Wow.
God and gurus abandon them perhaps?
I'm going to read you this. Let me get my glasses here. This is an incredible one-liner from Master himself. He says, a fact should always be remembered. This fact, though death may be the necessary end of the body, according to present human knowledge, it has no fixed time. In time, its time can be modified or changed by the superconscious power of the soul. That is an incredible statement. I don't know if I've ever heard anything like that before. But what is he saying? Even whatever is happening, keep your mind on God. If you can chant, if you can't chant, listen to chants. If you're really ill, if you're in the hospital, even have some book you can read of masters or Swamijis. Listen to the talks. Chant Om, feel the vibrations of God at the spiritual eye. Do Hong Sa in the spine if you're lying in bed and you can't do anything else. Close your ears, listen to the Om sound. What you don't want to do is completely just give up. And if you can't do it, have your friends, guru bhais. That's why we visit our friends in the hospital. That's why we pray for people. Have them come. People, you can do kriyas for people even, but really have others with you. If you can't do it, have them praying for you. Have them chanting. I remember one time with one of the devotees' mothers, she was passing away. We brought a harmonium, put it on the bed. This was at her house, chanted and chanted and chanted. And then she said she's seen Swamiji. And then she just went in the light. So you want an uplifted consciousness, no matter what, even at not even, at the moment of passing this world. And one man, Swamiji said, he told him in the hospital before he died, I've done many wrongs. Swamiji reported that to Master. He should have never said that. Never. Never have any regrets. Just have the thought of God. However, I gave many different possibilities just there. But in illness and passing away, still, even more so, keep the thought of God.
Thank you, Nanaji. This is inspiring, especially the reading. The second question, Dhanaji, is that you yourself have been on the path for a long time. Have you had your own challenges, and why do devotees have to go through tests, especially when they love God?
I've never had any tests in my whole life. That's kidding. I'm kidding, of course. Everybody does. I mean, we're trying to work out our karma. We're trying to uplift our consciousness. We're trying to be in communion with God and unite with God. Everything that has to go is going to be taken away, or we let go of it, or we work it out. Of course, I've had challenges. And honestly, Natindra, that's been the greatest blessing because that's given me the strength that I have. You can't be a weakling on the path, given everything spoiled. Give me this, give me that. You got to get some strength. How do you get strength? You have to deal with things, deal with yourself, deal with your attitudes, deal with relationships, deal with finances, deal with, and people say, oh, you're happy, you just chant Om all day. Nobody knows what another person's life is. So, yes, of course. And everyone I know, 40, 50 years on the path, they've been challenged over and over and over. And I don't think it ever ends. Swamiji, to the end, he had ailments with his body, but one time he had a hip replacement. And then the other hip went out. So he had the other hip replaced. Then the first hip went out again. He had to have the surgery done again. And he didn't say, oh, woe is me. He said, hip, 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 hooray. You know, that's the spirit, and not to just give in to your little self. So I would say the tests in my life have been the greatest blessings. I don't regret any of them. I wouldn't give them up for anything, even though some felt disastrous. But it gave me the strength I needed to find God. The tests give you the strength you need to find God. Besides that, they burn up your karma. So let's not ask for an easy life, as Swamiji said. An easy life, Master said it. An easy life is not a victorious life. And as devotees, we want a victorious life. I won. I have won. That's what you want to say at the end. Like the Buddha said, Mara conquered you. Have you conquered your difficulties, or you just went up and gave in and became weak? The more strong tests you have, the stronger your aura is, the stronger your magnetism, the stronger you are to face the other tests. The more you don't face them, the weaker you become. You know that story of the man who left the ashram because of Jerry. Well, when he left, he said he met 5 more people at his next place who were just like Jerry. So you can't run away. Your karma followed you. You may as well face it and work with it and get strong.
Okay, Dhyanaji, just 2 more questions. Both of them are live. First one, Dhyanaji, is can being a cause also help in mitigating a group karma or a family karma? Which means if I
Good
am
question. Which means what?
that if I am like surrounded by people who have a bad karma, then how do I become the cause of overcoming everyone? Or can I?
Yeah, honestly. I mean, I've been here 20 plus years in India, and I really feel that my service to Master has helped my whole family. Nobody's been in the hospital, nobody's been ill, nobody's had a car wreck, nobody's had any major problems wrong. My mother's 90 years old. Now I know that my mother's caring for my family because of what I'm doing. And so I don't call them, how's it, did anything happen? How, it's like I'm just doing what I know my guru wants me to do. And whose good karma is it? It's not even really ours. It's our guru's good karma that's coming to us. It's Swamiji's good karma coming to us. It's Babaji. I mean, it's all the masters. Of course, we have to do our 25%, but yes is the answer. What you put out is helping. Master said seven generations of your family in both directions. That's a lot of people. And he said they would be freed. Now, Swamiji said, how free? We don't know, but at least they're free from some of their karma. I've seen it in my own life.
One last question for the day, Dhyanaji. So at joyous times, it is easy to have willpower, but when there are a series of fallbacks, how can we keep up the willpower and also um, like when we are negative and doubtful? So at that times, are there any specific techniques that can help us?
I think you've got to get out of that negativity. And I hear people speaking negative about this person, that thing, that it really just sucks your energy down. Negativity, doubts, fears, it just is so wrong for a devotee. And I think just clean up your thoughts is the important thing. And did I miss that question? What was the rest of it?
Dhyanji, that when we are in a situation where things are not going well, we've had a series of fallbacks. So how do we keep the willpower up?
I think, gee, you've got to energize. I was sitting next to someone one day and this happened, that happened, this happened, and I'm well, I'm not well. And I said, do you energize? No. That's your problem. Ask yourself, do you energize? Do you meditate? Do you pray? Do you chant? Do you listen to the talks? Do you do affirmations? Do you have to, what am I saying? You have to create it. It's not like I got good karma, it's going to come to me. It's like money in the bank. If you keep taking out, you won't have anything left. You don't put anything in. So you have to keep it active, keep dynamic, keep uplifted, keep inspired, keep super conscious. And how do we do it? Every day we're a devotee. It's not once a month. Oh, when I have problems, I meditate or pray, then hope God hears me. You have to be actively putting out energy. You're creating your own destiny every moment, with every thought, with every action, everything that you do. And so if you're not doing anything, there's no creation. And it's just all the old karma comes back. It's going to just swallow you up. So you have to activate the good karma, make it happen, make it help your life, make it help your family, let it help you. Joy or not, maybe you're not joyful. Swamiji said once he was going through a major test and someone asked, this was before Ananda, and someone asked him to come and sing some songs, bhajans, at a satsang. This was in San Francisco. And he said he didn't feel like going at all, but he did go. And he said people afterwards said, we felt so much joy. And he said he didn't feel that. But of course, underneath everything, there is joy. So you don't have to feel like every day I'm in joy. I feel more joy today. Sometimes you just got your hand to the plow and you're just working out that karma. But underneath it all, you know God's there. You know Guru's there. You know your soul is full of joy. It's full of joy. Sometimes it comes up more, sometimes it comes up less, but don't base it on joy and now I'm happy and now I'm not happy. Just be strong in yourself, be centered, and put your hand in Guruji's hand and feel his presence. And Nitendra, I want to just say these words to people. We don't have time, but I'll just say this affirmation. We won't do it because there's no time, but you can do it on your own. But this is such a powerful affirmation. Oops, from this book, which just fell down, that I recommend for everybody. I'll just say the words, close your eyes and feel the power of Master in these words. I will, with my own will, which flows from the divine will, to be happy, to be well, to be prosperous and spiritual, to be well, to be well. I will with my own will, which flows from the divine will, to be happy, to be well, to be prosperous and spiritual, to be well, to be well. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Nitendra. God bless you all. Om Shanti Shanti.